Hello, collective. Welcome and welcome back. We're going to get into another reading. Oh, victory. We have the victory. We have the victory. Even if we cannot see, we have the victory. Okay, period. I am trying to predict things for you guys in a very unpredictable time, so just bear with me. Also, it's very cold. I have the windows open like a lunatic, but I want the air to flow. I want the energy to flow. So you guys be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. It's kind of crazy because my power actually went out a few minutes ago and then it came back on, and I was trying to think of things that I could do while my power was out. Like I was going to vacuum and I was going to fold clothes and like do chores and stuff. But then I thought about it like, dang, I can't vacuum because the power's out. I'll just fold the clothes. And then all of a sudden the heater came back on. So, listen. You're not going to be able to know what's happening. Okay? We're going to do our best to get the messages, but you got to be okay with not knowing from moment to moment what's going to happen. And that's okay, right? The things that you pride yourself on, like values and ethics and morals and things that you live by, are what's going to guide you. And as long as you stick with those things, you'll be able to navigate through whatever may come your way and whatever is presented to you on your path. Okay, so I hope you're doing well, and I hope these messages help you. I always tell you guys to go with your intuition before anything else that I say. I love you all and I appreciate your support, but I do prefer that you use your intuition and make sure that you're weighing it against the things that I say to make sure it's actually something you need. All right. If you would like to check out my services, they're always going to be in the description box below. Everything you need to know is going to be there. Thank you guys for being here. And just let me know in the comments if it resonates, you guys. It's really helpful when you engage with the videos. Whether you like the video, share the video with someone, share it on your page, or, subscribe, leave a comment. And I appreciate all of you guys who do that. I usually check comments on Fridays, so, I really listen. I try to stay to a schedule, and sometimes it don't work, but we're going to do our best. I'm going to do the best I can. Cat Williams, the prophet. He's going to go down in history as a prophet. Anyway, I know I'm rambling, you guys. There must have been some infiltrators in here that needed to leave. Okay, but we're going to get into this message. Guardian angels, archangels, spirit guides, and ancestors of the highest vibration, Father, Mother, God, for the collective. What does the collective need to know at this time? Oh, I know that's right. The temple pad. Listen, y'all have spirit guides, archangels, guardian angels, ancestors, fairies, any ethereal being that you guys consult with, fellowship with, God, source, spirit, universe, the higher powers, the unseen, invisible forces. They are guiding you along this path. And I just heard the Yellow Brick Road, because if you look at it, it kind of looks curvy. And I remember in The Wizard of Oz, they sung the song, follow the yellow brick road, doo-doo-doo, follow the yellow brick road, doo-doo-doo, follow. And she had to walk down that yellow brick road from the point of the curve all the way around so that she could go in the right direction. And I feel like that's exactly how spirit is guiding you. Okay, this is, through decision making that you have to make. This is when it comes to, interpreting things that happen to you, whatever it may be, whatever you encounter, your spirit team is guiding you every step of the way. And they want you to remember that you're on the right path. There's going to be a lot of things in the near future that cause you to question possibly whether you're on the right path, or cause you to question your decisions. But, a double mind is the problem that you want to avoid. All right. Make a decision, stick with it. Let that be your decision, no matter what temptations or infiltrations try to come in and change your mind or make you second guess yourself. Second guessing and being unsure of yourself and being split in your thought process is what's going to possibly cause you guys more of a problem than it'll cause a solution. Okay. Now, at the bottom, we have financial constraints. Okay, this is card 13. That's card 12. And then at the back, we have the thinking man, 46. Okay. All right. So what this looks like to me is that some of you guys are definitely in a position where finances are difficult. I think we all are. I think we all have a little bit of, I don't want to say stress because I don't want to project anything negative onto you, but it just feels like, there's a lot of financial uncertainty, and there may be things that you can do or, things that you may have to prioritize versus things that you may not be able to do and that may have to go on the back burner for a little while because, it's just resources. They say finances, so it mostly is focused on money. Okay. And resources of the financial nature. But this could also be time. You could feel like you have so much to do and so little time. You could feel like you have a lot to do and not that much energy. You could feel like you're being split between two different things because you can't be in two places at once. And something may require your attention over here, but you feel like you need to be over there. So it's definitely a message about prioritizing what's important. I also feel like you have a lot of thoughts possibly about what you want to do. You have a lot of, I want to say ambition or desire or passion to do certain things, but your actions may need to catch up with your passion, right? Your mind, your heart, your spirit could be moving a mile a minute, but your physical body and what you're capable of doing in the physical, whether it's because of your energy levels or whether it's because of finances, may not match up with your spirit at this time. But it's okay because your spirit team is letting you know, like, it's cool. Okay, it's cool. We're going to figure it out. We're going to do what we need to do and we're going to make it happen. Right? They're like, hey, this is a part of your journey. This is a part of your path. You were meant to be in this exact place at this exact time for this exact reason, even if you don't know why right now. We're telling you that you're going to know why soon. And once you get to your destination, which is this, oh my goodness, I'm dropping stuff, y'all. Once you get to this destination, which is this beautiful gazebo, okay, might be a hot tub in that bitch, might be a little jacuzzi, get a little koozie in there, all right? It might be, I don't know, it could be a hot toddy up in that bitch. It could be a nice, crisp, warm drink or a cold drink. Where, because I don't know, some of y'all be in different places. We got a lot of different viewers from a lot of different places. So some of y'all may be on the, on different hemispheres. But whatever it is that you desire, whatever it is that is a part of your destiny, is going to be in that little gazebo, and your spirit team just gonna be standing there like it's like when you go to Hawaii, because I've never been to Hawaii. I would love to go, but it's like when you go out of the country and you get to those very hospitable countries and locations, and in Hawaii they got a drink waiting for you and a lei, and they're welcoming you, and you can just be comfortable and kind of relax, and you've arrived. Okay, that's what they're trying to tell you is happening right now with everything that you're kind of processing through. 13 is a number 4, 12 is a 3, 46 is a 10. So at least when it comes to the way I look at numerology, because I don't do things like anybody else, so take that with a grain of salt. But it's like, this is about you coming together with other people and finalizing certain things, putting certain things in concrete positions. This is about community. This is also about your stability, your security, your home, possibly all of your relationships, and like coming to this place of finality in certain areas so you can move forward to the next thing that you need to do. A lot of you guys could be feeling the financial constraints when it comes to paying your mortgage, your rent, your HOA, your light bill, your gas bill, your water bill, whatever bills that you have that contribute to your security and stability. This could even be when it comes to health insurance, with everything going on with that. Feeling safe, feeling healthy, feeling secure. There's like something that's going to fall by the wayside. And I feel like Spirit is telling you, don't worry about that. If something falls by the wayside, if them lights get cut off for a few days and you got to bust out the blankets and the socks and layer your clothing up, because that's the most extreme thing. But I don't know what everybody's dealing with. So I have to, try to find a median range of communication for you guys, right? So if you're in a position where you're more well off, you might not be able to continue to maintain that timeshare. You might not be able to continue to invest in certain extracurricular activities or projects. You may have to sell that second car and go down to one. You might have to basically decide whether you're going to choose between your rent and your light bill. Okay, that's a hard decision. What do? My thing is, right, I would rather have a cold home than be outside in the cold for my home. You get what I'm saying? So it's like everybody's going to have to make these decisions. But a lot of you are, I feel, going to end up having to sacrifice things that you really will realize over time that it wasn't as big of a sacrifice in the future as it felt in the moment. And some of you guys may have to choose yourself over others in a situation that could be rather difficult, right? Some of you may feel it's necessary to choose others over yourself because that's the best thing to do. Like if you have children, you may have to go without some food for a few days so your kids can eat. But then there could be a situation where, family members or friends or people who are needing your attention, needing your time, needing your effort, needing your energy will have to go without because you need to preserve it for yourself. There is possibly a masculine energy as well who is going to come into your life either through your connections in the physical realm or maybe even digitally. This could be someone online who is kind of like a mentor or someone who's hipping you to the T, so to speak. It feels like it's a masculine energy. It could be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, air sign energy, maybe even a Virgo. This could just be indicative of this person coming in Scorpio season as well. But whoever they are, they have experience. They have knowledge. They have expertise in a particular situation that you may not necessarily have expertise in, but that you need in this particular moment in time who can help you. Like this could be, I don't know, this, I heard for some of you guys, this could be like a congressman or someone who works in government who is giving you information about resources. I feel like you're being guided to people who are like this. It doesn't have to be a congressman, but it could just be anyone. This could be somebody who puts up a flyer in your apartment complex, or they put up a flyer in your neighborhood, or they hand out documents to let you know where you can find additional resources. It just feels like this is where your spirit team is leading you. They're leading you to the information, people, places, and things and resources that you need that you could possibly be lacking. Okay. What else for the collective? That was a long, okay. Surrender. It definitely appears that there needs to be a letting go of control. You're not going to be able to control these situations because it's kind of like you're on the universe's roller coaster and you just going to have to enjoy the ride. Parts of the ride could be a little scary. Parts of the ride may be exhilarating. Parts of the ride may be confusing and you're like, where are we going? Maybe you go through a dark tunnel and you're like, oh my God, where is this going to come out? Maybe you get to the top of a peak and you can't see over the edge until you go over the edge. And it's just kind of like, it's not about crashing out, but it's just kind of like, hey, you're not going to be able to control this. No one is going to be able to control this. And it could be a lot. And if you feel those emotions, coming in, let it flow. Don't try to block anything that you feel. Just understand that you have control and autonomy over yourself and your own actions. And that is the tool that you can utilize to regain and maintain your power in the situations that you can't control. Okay. Now we have pet at the bottom and new career. Okay. So there's some type of loyalty here. There could be codependency as well, but I feel like there's companionship, there's partnership, there's loyalty, there's, a sense of joy. People who have pets, they consider their pets a part of the family. So you could be welcomed into a new career or into an environment of people that feels like family, and you may be feeling a little cautious about these people. I would definitely, observe and not necessarily just trust people off the strength of this reading, but it feels like you guys are very loyal to something either that you're doing, or you're loyal to the people who you work for, or you're loyal to like your destiny, your fate, your cause, your assignment, your purpose. There's a sense of loyalty here and a sense of companionship and camaraderie of people coming together. And this could be something connected to a new career that you have coming down the pipeline, or it could be connected to something new that you're going to incorporate kind of into what you already do. Okay. But I also feel like this is about you guys being loyal to what you stand for and surrendering to whatever else happens. It's like, I'm going to be loyal to who I am. I'm going to be authentic to who I am. I'm going to be loyal to what I believe to be true in these situations and try to, make sure that's positive stuff, right? You don't want to be loyal to a belief system that is counterproductive or counterintuitive, but your belief systems and your individual practices, your habits, your routines, be loyal to those things. Allow for deviation if necessary, because the surrender card says that there may be some deviation. But just as long as you're staying authentic and you're being who you are and, approaching situations with love, I feel like there are opportunities for you to advance forward on your journey. Okay. Some of you guys could be encountering a masculine, and it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be professional or platonic. Some of you guys are going to start a business with a business partner or a friend. Some of you guys are kind of surrendering to the path that you're on, and you're allowing spirit to lead you. And it could be leading you to a new financial opportunity, a new job, a new career, something that you may not have seen coming, but that you will enjoy or accept as something that you're meant to do, and find that it's in alignment with you if you're able to kind of like not try to force situations. Okay. What else for the collective? Oh my. Established, settled, secure, and wealthy. Look at that. So I feel like spirit is wanting you to settle into something, to get comfortable in something that you may find a little bit uncomfortable right now. Okay. Like, this feels like you guys are meant to be doing something that you never thought you would do, or you're meant to be expanding in a way that you never thought you would expand. Like, I'm going to use Amazon as an example because I can't really think of anything else right now. But the way Amazon used to be like a book seller website, and now it's like they sell everything, right? You would have never thought, possibly, unless you maybe were psychic, but people, average people, in general, people may not have seen what Amazon would turn into or what Amazon could be at the inception of Amazon. So it feels that spirit is notifying you about the fact that whatever you're doing right now is going to expand, or you will branch out as your tree of life grows into something that you may not have initially anticipated at the inception of whatever it is that you're doing. So it's like they're kind of like, hey, don't be closed off or opposed to where we could take you. Be open to where we may take you and follow where we lead you so that you can then also see the possibilities of what you may become. Okay. Now at the bottom, we have suffering and silence, unspoken desires, real feelings, broken dreams. See? And then we have family, blood ties, inner circle. Interesting. Interesting. What is this? What is this? Some of you may be, there's a dynamic here with your connection. Some of you may be connected to people by blood, like family or friends. There could be people around you, family, friends, close connections, where it's like you feel like you're the one suffering. Like you could feel that you're suffering in silence, and like everybody you know is established, or everybody you know has a career, a family, kids, they're married. You know, like these different checklist items that people will expect to have by a certain age. They're like, oh my goodness, all my friends have a degree and I didn't go to college. Or all my friends are married now and they have kids and I'm not. All my friends have these businesses or careers where they're doing really well, making a lot of money, and I'm kind of still figuring that shit out. All my friends or family have homes. They've purchased homes. They have land. You know, all my friends or family have a car. They can drive and they have autonomy about where they want to go. And it's like something about that could be causing some type of suffering for you because you don't have the same circumstances. This could be someone around you who is experiencing this. Remember, when you're watching readings, it's not always your story. It could be someone else's story around you that spirit is giving me the permission to discuss, so that you can be aware of kind of like the energy around you and what's going on, right? There could be a conflict of interest. So someone else's interests or desires or intentions may conflict with yours. You could have a person around you who is suffering in silence while you're established, and you have to surrender to your own path, where in a way where you have to make decisions that are best for you, and you're not going to be able to help those family members or friends. But you can give them helpful insight to help guide them on their path without, you know, sacrificing or putting in detriment your own safety, health, security, and well-being. Okay. What is the message? Okay. Hermit, the Virgo card. Okay. I'm also getting Aquarius because the star is in there, but this could be an older masculine energy, a Virgo masculine, like a man. This could also just be an older, like, spirit guide who's around you, helping to light your path and guide you. That's very similar to the temple path, right? Information could be coming to you in the near future by way of spirit or by way of someone who is a steward of spirit, God, source. Doesn't have to be a religious leader. It could just be someone who has a message for you or has something that they say that your spirit team has guided you to hear. Okay. This could also be someone searching for information, whether it's you or someone else. I feel like a lot of you guys have to accept that you're on your own path, and kind of throw away the comparison. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Your path is unique to who you are, and you have to be authentic to that, because the more you lament or kind of woe is me, be in this attitude of having woes and problems because you're not where other people are, the harder it's going to be for you to get to where you want to be. Right now is a time where you're learning how to become secure, stable, and established for a lot of you. And it requires for you to be loyal to who you are and be loyal to your beliefs and surrender to what spirit is leading you towards, because this is not where you thought your life was going to end up, but that's okay, right? Okay. 8 of Pentacles, definitely Virgo energy. 9 of Pentacles, strong Virgo energy. Some of you may work with a Virgo. Some of you may be a Virgo or have strong Virgo placements. Okay. Some of you guys are working really diligently. Like you have a schedule, you have a job, or you work on a business regularly as if it were your 9 to 5, because bitch, it is. Okay. You're creating quality work. All right. You've outlined an itinerary or a schedule for when you complete things, how you complete things, so that you can have some sense of uniformity in what you do. But it is also unique because all of these pentacles are kind of different. And even though they're very similar, they're all different. So it's kind of like each time you go about completing your work, your tasks, your assignments, you learn something new that I feel helps you create more opportunities or earn more money or do something that progresses your path forward. You're on the path to this home in the background. So some of you may want to purchase a home or have some type of secure and stable foundation. And you're basically putting in the work right now to do that. And spirit is guiding you to the right places and people and situations in order for you to do so, and making you kind of like an expert when it comes to what you would like to accomplish at this time. This is a part of your path. This is a part of your destiny, because 9 plus 8 is what? 17? And 17 is an 8? I feel like you guys are about to be discovered, or you're about to find or come across an opportunity that makes you a lot more independent, a lot more secure, a lot more stable financially and materialistically. Some of you guys have been praying for financial freedom. Some of you guys have been praying for a break because you've been working really hard. Some of you guys may be finding out that you're going to receive a bonus. There could actually be someone who is looking at your work or searching for your work or coming across your work on their journey, and they may offer you some type of opportunity. It feels like that's what it is, because this career card, new career, is here. Okay. They may have an assignment for you or a job for you that they have been looking for someone who can fill their shoes possibly, or they've been looking for someone who can complete this work. Look at that. Someone who can complete this work adequately because they have the skills or the know-how to do so. You have the Page of Swords and the 3 of Cups coming out at the bottom and the back with the 7 of Pentacles. Wow. And the Death card. So Scorpio energy, Taurus energy, Virgo really strongly. With the Death card, this is definitely transformation, right? A change in the status quo, a change in the way things have been, and ushering in a new way of doing things. This could be you changing like how you invest your time and energy each day, changing how you invest your money, just adapting to the way things are, right? Because there's a need here for you to kind of diversify. There could be some DEI stuff with that. I don't know if it's DEI, but there could be someone who wants to diversify their business or diversify their company, and you bring the diversity, right? So either your ethnicity, your belief systems, the way that you speak, the way that you think, there's something about you that is diverse or it's different to help usher in this change that either you need or that someone else needs. I feel like you guys are changing something about what you're doing. You could be changing. I'm hearing the word sliding scale, so I don't know what that means, but I kind of know what a sliding scale is, but I don't know how it relates to this reading. it's like you're changing the way that you invest in something. So if you have a business, you may spend, or at one point, maybe you spent like an 8-hour day, right? You spent 5 of those hours investigating leads and following leads and, basically doing things that would connect you with clients. And then the remaining 3 hours of the day, because the 3 of Cups is here, I just said a random number, but the remaining 3 hours of the day, you use that to, focus on marketing and social media, right? You could be changing that to where now 5 hours of the day, you're focusing on marketing and social media, and 3 hours a day, you're connecting with leads. You could be incorporating or investigating how you can change your personal investment to be less time consuming so that you can focus on other things. And I feel like you guys are basically learning ways to do that. Some of you guys are being presented with an actual like system or program that you can use that gives you an opportunity to focus more on creating, or to focus more on an aspect of what you do that works for you to stay on schedule, and like takes less time on the back end for you to do other things. That's what it kind of feels like. It feels like you're searching for a change that you can make to where your everyday schedule evolves so that you can still get a return on your investment without having to invest all of your time and all of your energy into what it is that you're doing. And it's like so you can have more of an opportunity to be productive. It's like, those commercials that you see for help with HR, right? If you hire employees, you may want to diversify what you do so that it doesn't take you so long to deal with onboarding, and you can focus more on productivity. Like, that's what it kind of feels like to me. So it kind of feels like this is about someone who's looking for your skill set, and you have the capability to do this for them, and they're going to want to hire you. Okay. Or this is something that you're doing and maybe you're going to hire people. This could also be something that you're doing and it's just going to be like a system that you incorporate. But it feels like you're being led to a way where you can, what is the word I'm looking for? You're being led to a way where you can get the most bang for your buck. That's kind of what it feels like. People are also witnessing that you're making changes to your investments, or you're making changes to how you invest in them or in yourself or in your business or in your career. It's like, if you work at a job, be mindful of like filling out applications while you at work. Okay. Yeah. Cause you could have some eyes on you and people watching what you're doing at your desk, and whether or not you're working or whether or not you're, playing around. I feel like there's an energy here of businesses or corporations that are really focusing on productivity. Okay. And who's being productive and who's not, who's, going to websites that aren't a part of their job and who's not. So be very mindful of that. You may also find that, I feel like some of you guys are finding that it's taking you more work to get the same result with something that you've been doing. So it's like, maybe people are being cut at work and there's less employees there. So it takes longer for jobs to get done because there's less people doing them. And that could be a reason why you're contemplating making a change in your career, right? This could be a situation where, they're not giving out bonuses as big as they were last year or even at all because of the economy. And you could be contemplating starting a business or doing some extra gig work on the side, driving for Uber, DoorDash, Lyft, whatever, because you're not getting the same return on your investment for the work that you put in, and you're searching for a way that you can do that. Spirit is saying, hey, surrender. There's also an energy with this established card where you're kind of like already grandfathered in. So there's some type of information that you have that other people don't have, or there's experience that you've gained that other people don't have, which makes you a better candidate for something than other people. And you could be thinking about the job market and the competitiveness of the job market right now and wondering if it's even worth it for you to look for another job. I feel like Spirit is saying, yes, look for another job, because you may find something where your expertise is being searched for. Somebody's looking for your qualifications. You have them. They're saying, go look and see what you find, and just cast your net into the ocean and pull it back to see what you get. Yeah. You may be seeing changes that are made, and it's like you're witnessing the changes in a situation, and you're wondering if you should continue to invest the way you have been, and whether or not that's going to pay off for you and you're going to basically get a return on your investment, or whether or not you should kind of like take a leap of faith, take a leap of faith towards something else where you would get more of a return on your investment. Okay. So let me just see. The thinking man. What is this thinking man? He's like a I was about to say he's like a harbinger for the ending of a cycle. And then the Fool card comes out. And I said that because it's 46. That's a 10. He's a harbinger for the ending of a cycle. There's a lot of earth energy. Virgo, Taurus, Scorpio. The Fool card, 7 of Swords and the 2 of Swords. Okay. This is someone who is going to give you a strategy, a new strategy that you didn't think of yet because you just didn't have the information. And this thinking man is going to help you not to be so afraid to open your eyes and look at the situation at hand. It's like they're kind of helping you to do something a different way. It's like they're telling you how to get to the same conclusion in a way that you didn't think of before, or to not be afraid to do something that you may have been afraid to do that could lead you to the outcome you desire. It's like this man is basically telling you, like, don't think about the XYZ, think about the ABC, right? It's like, don't worry about the things that you can't see, just jump into it. It's kind of like, I don't think it's a scammer. I feel like this is a person who's opening your eyes to something and helping you, like, basically release some type of baggage. It's like this person is also kind of revealing to you an aspect of your situation that you didn't realize before. And it has to do with the fact that you're actually more free than what you think you are. Or you have more power than what you think you do. Because somebody with this it's the 7 of Swords, but he's holding 5 swords. 2 are right here, and the 2 of Swords is right here. So it's like, it's kind of like whoever this thinking man is, or whatever this thinking man represents, is showing you that someone has been benefiting from your lack of knowledge. Someone's been benefiting from your lack of expertise. Someone's been benefiting from your lack of knowledge about details in a situation that this person is now enlightening you to, so that you can incorporate a new strategy to kind of like bend the rules even a little bit, or to do something that you never thought you could possibly do, which opens up the possibilities of what this new beginning could bring in a way that you never thought could happen. What's the surrender card? Okay. So if something feels like it's not getting better, or it's not moving forward, or it's not settling, like the energy is unsettled, Spirit is telling you to keep doing what you're doing, right? Like, if you feel like you need to make changes, make them. If you feel like you need adjustments, adjust. But I kind of feel like there's a big transformation that takes a long period of time to happen. And at the end of it, you're going to see the results, but you don't see the results while it's happening. So it makes you question whether or not you're on the right path. If you're in a tumultuous situation, you just got to surrender and be loyal to the future that you want to see versus the fear that you're running from. Okay. 9 of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. So it's like, because you're doing something on your own, or because you have a vision that other people don't understand, you're not getting a lot of support. And it feels like you're not getting a lot. I don't know if you are or not, but at least it may feel like you're not. And you feel like you're alone, suffering in silence, having to deal with something that other people don't have to deal with. And that could be true, but it may be an illusion. So just consider that, because it kind of feels like, because you're on your own, or because you're doing something independently, it's harder in a way, but your belief system with the Knight of Cups is what's going to help you progress. It's like Spirit is saying, or the Spirit is trying to lead you towards making a choice to persevere and continue on your path in spite of facing this adversity, especially financially. Like they want you to be consistent through these obstacles and challenges, because you're going to learn something that you're going to be very happy about in the future, that's going to connect you to information that you need. And I don't know what that means, but that's what the message is. Okay. What's this family? Oh my. The Lover's reversed. Don't let family members make you feel like you're making the wrong choice. Don't look at other people. This could be people in your family, your friend group, your age bracket, your race, ethnicity. Don't let people who are outside of you dictate the choices that you make, because you could have a family member who's either provoking you or trying to get you to make a bad choice, or give you guidance that's not in your highest good, that goes against your inner wisdom of the angel. Or you could be in a position where your inner conflict is coming from comparing yourself to people outside of you. Yeah, 3 of Pentacles. And then the 5 of Pentacles. Someone in your family or your friend group or someone close to you feels like what you're doing for work is a bad choice. So that's why they're not helping you, or that's why they don't support you. Or if you've lost a job, or it's like they blame you for some type of circumstance that you're in. But I mean, like, even if you did do things to put you in the current predicament that you're in, Spirit is affirmed through this reading already that you're on the right path several times. And it's like the people around you are kind of coming off as individuals who want to try to make you feel guilty, or make you feel bad about your choices, or punish you for your choices, or maybe even judge you out loud or silently about the choices that you've made, because they don't see the vision. So it's like they're not helping you, right? It kind of feels like you're being recognized or highlighted for your work. There's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that you've put into something. Like you've built something, or you have cultivated this career path that you're on, or you've cultivated some type of business that you're investing a majority of your time into, and you're working on this. But it kind of feels like your family or people close to you are recognizing what you're doing. They see what you're doing. If they're acting like they don't see it, they're liars. But they see what you're doing. And it's like they're trying to get you to make choices, or they're influencing how you contemplate the choices that you make in a negative way. I feel like some of you could even have family members that are embarrassed by something that you're doing, because now it's outside of the status quo, or now in the current moment, it's something that's frowned upon, or it's something that's very taboo. But in the future, it's going to be very normal for people to live like this. Like you could come from a family that wants you to work a 9-to-5 job, But in reality, the infrastructure is crumbling, and that's not really a viable path for a lot of people anymore, right? I tell you guys all the time, I have a really strong resume. I've worked for major, I guess, Fortune 500 companies or Fortune, I don't know, whatever. They're companies that have a name and they are backed by history. They've been around for a long time. And I have a very strong resume because in every job I've ever worked in my entire fucking life, I have not remained in an entry level position. I have corporate ties. I've worked in HR. I've worked in customer service for years. I have an extreme amount of experience, and I have references to back up that experience. And bitch, I still cannot find a job. And I'm not saying like I can't find, well, sometimes, even to be honest with you, for a long time, I didn't want to go back to working at a McDonald's or at a fast food restaurant or at a level that I had already felt like I surpassed. But child, I've worked at auto parts stores. I've worked at grocery stores. I've worked at I don't give a fuck. I just was trying to find a job, right? Because I've been putting a lot of energy into this business, and sometimes it's very uncertain. So I want to always supplement my income because I'm supporting my kids. That's why I ask you guys, if you have the ability to donate, it would be very, very helpful, because it helps me bring you these readings kind of on a more uninterrupted, balanced scale than it would in other situations, right? I can't always DoorDash. My car is no longer the most reliable. It's kind of, held together with glue and tape, nail glue, bitch. Okay. And we're making it work. But I do gig work. I go outside and I DoorDash until the wee hours of the fucking morning. I do all of this stuff to try to supplement my income. I try to help in my community when I can. And it's like, when I ask for those donations, I never want you guys to feel obligated to do it or to feel like it's something that I'm going to be mad about you for not being able to do. Because I tell you guys all the time, everybody's trying to pay rent. And that means that basically it's a metaphor for everyone is trying to survive. So that's why I tell you guys, if you can't donate, engage with the content. It is very, very helpful. And I appreciate it dearly, because for the last, since the vid, I have not had a permanent corporate job in the way that I did before the vid, right? But I have all this experience, and I don't really have a lot of gaps in my resume besides, I guess, considering, having a business, and I still can't find a job. Is that my lack of effort, or is that the current political, social, and economical climate? I don't know. I'm not God, right? But all I do know is that from what I see and observe through, context clues, deductive reasoning, and cognitive understanding, is that a lot of people are in that predicament, and a lot of people can't find a job, or a lot of people are getting laid off. And I look back on it and I'm like, damn, maybe God was blessing me by making it happen to me at a time before it happened to everybody else, so that I could establish something that would be viable for the current climate in the future, right? The current climate is what it is right now. But whatever the current climate is projected to be, or maybe not projected to be, or that we're unaware of, could yield itself beneficial to whatever my spirit team is leading me to do right now. I hope that made sense to you guys, because I feel like that's what this is about. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, there are some bad choices that maybe you've made, and your family may try to point it out to you, right? Listen, it is what it is. Que sera, sera. Whatever is done, and whatever will fucking be, will be. I know that's not necessarily what que sera, sera means, but what's done is done. If people are trying to make you lament over the choices you made in the past and the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, boot they ass right on out the door, bitch. 5 of Pentacles. Because they're an impediment. Because this talks about somebody with an impediment, right? Or somebody with a disability, or someone who's a leper in communities, right? That's how they may look at you. Face it. If that's the vibe you're getting and that's the energy you're getting, and, you know, cousin so-and-so and brother and sister so-and-so get all this recognition for everything that they've accomplished, but them motherfuckers ain't supporting folks the way that you've supported folks, or they haven't necessarily been the most ethical or moral people, or, you know, stop comparing. It's fine. Wherever they are is where they are, and wherever you are is where you are, and that's where your spirit team is telling you you're meant to be. So don't allow people to make you think that you have to move in a different direction because of your bad choices and you need to do better. No. Move in the direction that spirit is guiding you, regardless of those outside influences and the effect that they may have on your psyche, or the words that they're trying to tell you. This could be a masculine, Gemini, maybe even Scorpio, Gemini, Scorpio, Sagittarius, or a Taurus masculine. But anyway, Knight of Cups. Yeah, it's like something that you have right now as a vision in your life isn't going to fit right now with the current energy, because the current energy is being exterminated. It's extinguishing. The fire is dying from the current reality that we live in, and we're moving into a new reality that hasn't fully been set up yet, and that's why people are so on edge. You may have a role to play in either setting that up or being an important player in the future, and your spirit team doesn't want you to abandon that, because the King of Cups talks about abandonment too. They don't want you to abandon that, or abandon what's meant for you, or abandon the messages you're getting from spirit or your higher self to appease your family, or to fit in with other people, or to, you know, quell some type of unresolved fear that you need to get rid of, right? They want you to do what you need to do for you. What's the established card? Look at that. 5 of Swords. I just want to say, bitch. Okay. Had to say it. 5 of Pentacles. Somebody could be saying that. And the Knight of Cups. Again, this is about your vision. This is about your vision and staying connected with your emotions, understanding what emotions are yours and which ones are not, so that you can stay connected and focused on your vision. Okay. This is an opportunity that's going to take you on a journey. It's going to take you out of your comfort zone. You may learn new things. You may have to train. You may have to start from square one. But what it is like an opportunity that not everybody else is going to get, and that you shouldn't be worried about who else has. This is an opportunity that is connected to like your education. And the education that I'm talking about is education regarding like not giving up. Like, are you going to start this? Once you start it, are you going to see it through? Once you start seeing it through, are you going to continue with the same fervor and passion that you started with? Right? How passionate are you? How connected emotionally are you to the vision that you have? What is the reason for what it is that you do? And I know this is not like what everybody always wants to hear, but this is what your ass needs to hear. Okay? Let me calm down. Let me calm down. Cause spirit be trying to tell y'all some stuff, and the main people who be asking all these motherfucking questions and still be confused when the reading is over are the ones who have selective hearing. Spirit is not gonna entertain you and pacify you with shit that you come here to hear about, petty little frivolous shit. Not with me. Spirit is going to give you what you need, because that's what I have prayed for over these readings that I do in public that puts me in a vulnerable position. I'm not going to tell you anything that you're not supposed to know. I'm not going to tell you anything necessarily that you want to hear because you want to hear it. It's going to be what you need. It's going to be what's going to help you move forward. And it's probably going to be some things that could be difficult to hear, but that are going to benefit you to pay attention to in the long run. And that's somebody who really loves and cares about you, not motherfuckers who, you know, fantasize with you and be all up in your ass about some things that don't matter. Okay, listen, I said it. If you mad, then you mad. But I appreciate those of y'all who are here. So please be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. People are going to be envious of you when you get this opportunity, because it's definitely something that is going to establish you as one of the innovators in a situation. I kind of want to pull one of these kippers. What else does the collective need to know? Any other information, Spirit, that the collective needs to know? Ooh, expectation, another 10. So there is a time limit here on a situation that seems unlimited. So I don't know if this is a challenge or a reward, right? You don't have all your life to figure this out. There is a time limit on you being able to establish yourself. There's a time limit on this energy being viable. There's a time limit on how you can do this and how you can make this happen in the most seamless, intuitive, productive way, right? Spirit is not going to open this door, have this portal open forever for you to walk through when you decide. It's something that you do need to have some urgency about, right? But there's also, with this, the expectation or the time limit on some type of challenge I feel that you're experiencing. It's only a matter of time. Now we have judication at the bottom and occupation at the back. 30, 34, and 28. 3, 10, and 7. So 7 plus 3 is 10. So technically this is 2 10s. October 10th could have been significant. You may be seeing 10-10 as like a synchronicity with numbers. But there is a decision that's been made. There's some type of authority figure who's made a decision or made a final determination in a situation. They're passing judgment, making their judgment because that's what they're supposed to do. Whether they're a legal professional, a judge, someone who's in a position of authority, or God, right? A decision has been made. And now it's only a matter of time for something to be enacted. And I feel like it has to do with your career, your business, your job. That's why this information is coming out. Okay. So what is the expectation card for the collective? Ooh, my hands are cold, y'all. What is the expectation card? The Queen of Wands. Yeah. So it's like right now, it may feel like things are not moving forward. It may feel like you're just in this cycle that you can't break free of. Like you don't have any support, like you don't have any help, but you do. Okay. And because this Queen of Wands landed on the 6 of Swords reversed, I kind of feel like Spirit is challenging you to be confident in what you're doing, even if people don't support you right now, because it's only a matter of time before they start supporting you, because you are on the new wave. You're not on the old wave. You're on the new wave. Okay. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune, Hangman. And because there's a shift taking place underneath the surface. A new current is coming in and it's bringing a different temperature. Right. But you can't feel it until you get in the water and start flowing with it. And it's like, I feel like with the surrender card, it's a person like sinking in the water. And it's like the current that's underneath the water could be very warm, but on the surface, it feels very cold. Right? So it's like Spirit wants you to get in alignment with that current. That's what's in alignment with your destiny. I can't tell you what your destiny is, but that's what's in alignment with your destiny and your path. And regardless of whether or not people agree or support you or see the vision, they want you to look at it from a different perspective. It's because you have a different perspective. It's because you enjoy what you enjoy and you believe what you believe and you are who you are, that you will be one of the innovators, pioneers, or people on the forefront of this shift. Because you've never fit in with the old paradigm. You've never fit in with the old infrastructure. It's like, wow, now is our time. That's what Spirit is trying to tell you. The shift is happening. You feel it happening. Be confident of it. Even if right now you're stuck, it's like waiting for the right moment. And the right moment is technically, feels like it's here. What is this new career? What is this new career? Judgment. Wow. So people may make you, like, you may become the new decision maker. You may become some type of authority. Okay. But this is also, wow, the star. The sun. Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio. We also had Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpio with the Wheel of Fortune, along with Taurus, Pisces with the Hangman, and all the other signs I called during this reading. But they want you to focus on making decisions that help you to be free, or that help you to have weight lifted off of your shoulders. What you should be pouring a majority of your energy, time, effort, resources into are things that kind of free you up schedule wise, or help you have more autonomy and freedom of decisions when it comes to your schedule, when it comes to your resources, when it comes to how much time you invest. I feel like something about your career is connected to influencing, or like how decisions will be made in the future, from like a positive and very hopeful, optimistic place. I also feel like Spirit is trying to notify you a little bit strongly right now that your optimism, your positivity, your hope, and the way that you pour that energy into what you do is going to create this happiness or this joy. Okay? Listen. Let me see let me get an angel answer for y'all. I hope you guys honestly gain something positive from this reading. Again, be sure to like and subscribe, you guys. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate you guys who accept me for who I am and understand that I do all of this by myself and are patient with me in different situations without, being some people are very demanding. You would never guess. Read my energy. And it's just like, bitch, who the fuck are you? Like, who did you think you were? Because you're not who you thought you were, apparently. Anyway, I digress. What is the advice for the collective, Spirit, when it comes to these messages? It's up to you. Ooh, but it's in reverse. Within the next few weeks, in the near future. So something happening in the future, honestly, I feel like is out of your control. And they're telling you to surrender. There could be a lot of people as well trying to convince you that you don't have a choice. You always have a choice. If your family is telling you that, or it's like, oh, you're on your own, you don't have a choice, you have to do this, you have to do that. No, bitch, no, I do not. Thank you and goodbye. Right? I just would be, I would be cautious, or at least mindful, you guys, of the choices that you make in the near future. Because within the next few weeks, something is going to happen that is going to lead into the near future. And there's a part of it that you can't control, but there's also parts of it that you can and are being asked to remember you have control over, right? Like, what do we have control over? We have control over our thoughts. We have control over our actions. And if we practice gratitude and, mindfulness daily, we will have a stronger control over those things. What can we not control? Other people, certain circumstances. And we have to, fall back on our beliefs to be able to understand what those things are that we can control and what those things are that we can control, and then have peace in regards to each and what the outcomes may be. What's it's up to you reversed? Ooh. So yeah, also I just feel like if there's anyone who you have a relationship with that tries to control something you do, or tries to make you feel like it's not up to you, it's up to them, or that you don't have any control over your decisions, they're finna go. Okay, Justice and the Eight of Swords. Somebody might be going to jail and you can't do nothing about it. Somebody could be being locked up or restricted from having some type of freedom or autonomy. You don't have any control over that. I also feel like you could be receiving some type of justice. There's some type of situation. I don't know what it is, but it could be involving your home, your living arrangements, your community, your neighborhood, your neighbors, your friends, your family, your spouse. Okay. This could be a divorce. This could be some type of legal issues that someone is going through that you don't have any connection to. Be glad you don't. I don't know exactly what this is, but it feels like a situation that kind of like Spirit has a hand on, with the Justice card that kind of matches the Adjudication card. You could be receiving justice for a home situation, a living arrangement situation, a relationship, a divorce, a marriage, and the Eight of Swords. Yeah, something is being made fair or something is being balanced out. I also feel like if there's something kind of out of your control that could be negative or challenging, disappointing, frustrating, and you're worried about it, I feel like Spirit is like, hey, you don't have anything to worry about. We got our hands on this. We're figuring it out. And there's going to be some type of resolution to a conflict or a problem. Everything is going to turn out the way it's meant to turn out. Somebody could be even questioning you or asking you questions about a relationship. Somebody could be questioning you about someone's death. I don't know what this is. Let me just get one more card. It's like, even if you want to keep someone out of jail, you might not be able to. Or even if you want a situation to go a certain way, you may not be able to have anything to like change it. But I feel like that's the way it's supposed to be. Like, if something is out of your control, surrender and allow it to unfold the way it's meant to, right? Don't try to force an outcome. If someone is trying to make you feel bullied, like you can't control something, or that you have to do something that goes against, like, seriously goes against your ethics or your morals or who you are, to where you would hate yourself for doing it, Spirit is like, hey, they can't control you. You still have a choice. They may be telling you you don't have a choice. And, you know, for example, like the EA game company that got bought out by Saudi Arabia, and like all of these creators are like, oh, I don't have a choice. I have to stay in the creator network, which is basically an EA sponsored like program that influencers are in, and they promote products and different games. And they're like, well, you know, I'm forced to stay in the creator network because this is how I make my money. But it's like, no, you're actually not, because I don't want to speak negatively on anyone's country because it's not my place. But there are some people who feel that Saudi Arabia is not the best place for, you know, openness and autonomy and, you know, authenticity. You have to be in a certain place and fit in a certain mold and all this other type of stuff. I'm not going to get too into it, but it's like those people who are in that position, who are in the creator network, it feels like they don't have a choice but to support this buyout because they're in the creator network, but they actually do. It just looks like they don't. I feel like there could be someone here who's trying to convince you that you don't have a choice, but you actually do. There may be hidden support that you don't see. There could be hidden options that you're not aware of, but that Spirit is trying to hip you to the T of. They're trying to enlighten you. And I just feel like that's what it is. Knight of Wands and the Empress. So somebody is moving quickly towards you with a message, information, or like with some type of, I wanted to say declaration or decree for you to take action. Like somebody is taking quick, swift action towards you. Or this is someone who's doing something disappointing, like whatever their actions are. They're doing something that I feel like is causing pain or disappointment, or that could be creating lies or problems. Like whatever they're doing is causing a storm or some type of pain and heartbreak. And I feel like the only way that there's going to be justice is if Spirit steps in. And I don't know what Spirit is going to do. So I'm just going to leave that there because I feel like I've told you the solution of how to deal with that. Because it kind of feels like the way things are going is it already wasn't sustainable, but it's definitely unsustainable now. And I don't mean to be negative, but I just, you know, it's inevitable. Like when things are unstable, the tower is going to hit. And however many towers it takes to bring stability back to a situation or to bring order to the chaos, that's what Spirit is going to do. And I hope that I've provided enough motivation and reassurance for some of you guys, confirmation for some of you guys to understand that you will be able to weather this storm. And I hope that I've given you the tools to help you know that you can do so. So if you guys found benefit in this reading, first and foremost, please be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. Get in the comments, let me know if it resonated, you guys. Also, be sure to check out my description box if you want to benefit from any of my services. I would love to see you there. If you found that you are wanting to go a step further and donate, please use the PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle below. I really appreciate all of you guys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, honey. I'll see you next time. Bye.